So beautiful. Just what's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was talking to Sander today, and he said our next book in Nkosi should be just this already.
nice,
Yeah, I told him,
beautiful.
yeah, he read my mind because I said, yeah, my favorite word is already. It's just it was heard here as freedom.
Yeah,
I was telling Sander today, it was like Nisargadatta. I know some of you know Nisargadatta. I am that. And he tells the story of when his guru said, well, you already are that. And he said, I just believed him. That was it. He no big deal, no fireworks. And it was the same with Nkosi when he said, well, Michael, there's already no me. But even if it feels like there's a me, that's still this. So it doesn't matter. And I don't know, I just believed him. I just said, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it resonated.
yeah. It is freedom. It is freedom, total freedom.
So everything is the freedom, the getting sick, the getting, the flu, you know, everything, everything is it already.
Yeah, because it really it's not freedom for the me, because there's no me already to be free.
Yeah.
You know. So whether it seems as if there's a me or no me, it's just freedom
Yeah. Freedom for nobody.
appearing as that.
Yeah. Ownerless freedom.
Yeah. There's no possessor of it. There's no owner. It's
No.
just freedom.
Yeah. If it's owned, it's not free.
Because somebody might lose it if it's owned.
Hey, have you seen my freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get it. That's a good point, Nkosi. You can't get the freedom. Nobody can get you don't have the freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a freedom. There's nobody here to have anything. There's just freedom. Even expressing, as talking. There's just talking happening, asking question happening, thinking happening, walking happening. But the one who says, "Oh, I'm the one who's doing it," has never been found. He's already not there. So there's just this already, this, even appearing as talking. If there's an experience that, oh, I'm somebody who's talking, that's just this too, appearing as that. It's not an evidence that there is a real somebody behind anything. It's just wholeness appearing as that. Wholeness appearing to look for appearance, looking to fall away. So
Waiting,
everything is already this.
waiting for the big bang, the big moment, the big waiting for the big moment of enlightenment.
Fireworks.
Fireworks. But that's just this too. The waiting for something to happen is just this.
Exactly. Exactly. There is no escape. As I always say, there is no escape.
Yeah.
And there's no one to escape. It's just freedom appearing to think that it's not yet free.
Yeah.
In itself is not for somebody. There's nobody who can recognize that there's just this. So in the midst of what seems to be somebody looking for this, trying to get this, there is already nobody there. It's just this freedom appearing as that. It's already freedom.
Yeah.
That's what seems to be looking for this, is already this. So this can never really get to anywhere. There's nowhere to get to. This can never really find this because it's just this already. There's no, it's everything. It's totality.
Yeah.
So there may be stories appearing to happen, and the stories themselves are not wrong or right. And the stories themselves don't belong to anyone. They're just stories. If something seems to appear to tell the story, that this too appearing as that, you know, there may seem to be something that appears to say, "Oh, but I don't want stories." That too is just this appearing as that. Another one may say, "I don't mind stories. Stories are okay." Another one may say, "I don't like stories. Keep your stories to yourself." That's just the totality also appearing as that. There is no escape. There is nobody There's no one to be free already. There's just freedom, which is appearing as everything. Which is appearing, but we're looking for freedom. And there's nobody to get it.
Yeah, maybe we can say
Maybe we can.
what never existed cannot fall away.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing to fall away, really. Yeah.
Those are the opening lines of A Course in Miracles. Nothing unreal can be threatened. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God.
Yeah, they could have stopped there.
Um, But the rest was necessary, and the mind training was certainly necessary to see such a truth.
Well, I don't think the mind can see what's being shared here.
No, I don't think it can, but I think in terms of undoing the patterns that are so embedded, I think they're, I mean, if I take those words and I show them to my neighbor next door, they'll mean nothing, probably, very likely. So I think there does seem to be a period of, there does seem to be an apparent period um, of unlearning or undoing, even though there's no one who does that. I mean, this is where words get to be complicated, I think.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know.
Yeah. This what is? It is so empty to be anything. It's so empty and free to become anything, to be anything. It doesn't, it just doesn't mind. Even when minding appears, it's just what appears. It's just what seems to be appearing. It
Uh,
doesn't mind. It can
Nkosi,
be anything. It may express as a donkey, a chicken, a mouse, a room, smell.
can you hear me?
And I didn't hear you.
Oh, is my mic on?
Appears to be.
Can you yeah, can you hear me, Nkosi?
He can't apparently,
Yes,
but
I can hear
your
you
mic
now.
is on.
Oh, maybe
Oh,
there's a delay.
delay.
Yeah.
It's
I, I
frozen.
I was just gonna say that, so this doesn't mind, and even if there's minding, this doesn't mind the minding. Oh, maybe we lost Nkosi. We
Hmm.
did. Ah. So yeah, that's just this. Leaving the Zoom and hopefully re-logging on. But that's all there is just this. I mean, it's everything. It's the pain, it's the frustration, it's the joy, it's the peace. It's all of it. So like you were saying, Alice, even the sense of seeking or reading, I read Course in Miracles. That's it too. That's wholeness already. Yeah, frustration. Frustration is it. Clarity. So thinking I've got it and thinking I don't have it are both this.
So before I came on here tonight, earlier today, I decided to watch Nkosi Rosa. And one time before, I tried to watch the four of you. And I think I made it pretty much through that one. I so I just couldn't get by Rosa. I had to change it. And so what's going on? I mean, I I'm not giving her the space. I mean, I find her very annoying. Um, so I guess psychologically they say there's something going on inside of me, huh? That I would be whatever, but um, I guess I just not to make myself wrong, but I guess that's what was really going on with me. So I stopped watching it.
Yeah. Well, you didn't do anything. That's just what arose.
That's
That's
just what
just
happened.
feeling, and I don't think you're alone, if I can be blunt. I don't think you're alone, but it doesn't matter. It's just this having a reaction and saying, I prefer maybe this and not this so much. That's
Yeah,
already this. It's not Alice. Like you didn't do that.
that's right. It's helpful. I forgot that I wasn't doing that.
I relate, Alice, and I can live with that reaction. It's certainly, it's certainly not wrong. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
tough if every time we had a reaction to something to say there's something wrong. We should, that it's implied that we shouldn't have any reactions. That would, that sounds pretty impossible or ridiculous.
Right, of course it does. Yeah.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
freedom. But
yeah.
Peter, that's the freedom. They're already not your reactions.
Oh, what a relief.
Nkosi, are you back?
Hi, Nkosi, are you
Delay.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. But the network is
Yeah.
the network is not connecting very well, apparently.
Oh,
Guess all is this, huh?
it is. It really is. It's all this.
I want to acknowledge though, Alice, that you shared that. I wouldn't have, I felt actually quite similar in a sense. I just felt like there was it was a tension somehow that something had to happen and had to be said, or my reaction was I tried to relax and just let it be what it is. And yeah, I ran out of interest of watching.
Yeah. Beautiful. That's this too. Yeah. I mean, you know, here I couldn't eat during an interview, but they're very comfortable eating during a Zoom interview. It's beautiful. It's just not here something I would think to do, but it is beautiful. It's this too. And not liking it is also not caring for that is also this.
I didn't get as far as when they were eating.
Maybe you should go back and watch. Yeah. I had in another meeting that I go to, folks show up and they eat and drink and there's something here that, and Michael is going to tell me it's not me, and that's fine. But so what's happening then is like, man, yeah, how to describe that? I couldn't go as far as Michael. I saw what you said. It's just beautiful. It's what it is. Yeah, maybe I get stuck on a judgment that it's there's a lack of respect. Yeah, and I see all that. I see all that, and it happens.
Yeah, there's just what appears to happen. So you have all these different personalities doing these interviews these days. It just seems like there's so many. And some you're going to resonate with, and some you're going to resonate with more, than others. But it's still this. It's not you doing any of it. And that's the freedom, is there never was a you. It's not, so there's nothing to get rid of.
Yeah, one thing is clear from this conversation, that there isn't an expectation it shouldn't happen. That far is pretty clear. That I don't have that expectation, and I hear that a lot. That as long as we're still reacting, there's still something missing, and something has still to be done if we have reactions, and that I find an illusion.
So how would it be if I had a reaction that I don't like this, and then I pick up a book and just forget all about me not liking it? I guess there was still a reaction that I didn't like it, but we still go through life having preferences, and my preference was not to continue watching that and to be doing something else. But I did have a judgment. I said she shouldn't be that way.
Perfect. Both of them, picking up the book and the thought, you know, she shouldn't be that way, is both this already. You didn't do either of those. It's just what seemed to happen. But the key word is seem. It's an appearance. So that we're back. Remember, we talked last at my Wednesday meeting, it is and isn't. So it's there as an appearance, liking and not liking, but it also isn't, because you can't find it.
On a more mundane plane, it's also having a judgment about the reaction or a reaction to the reaction. You know, it's like laying something on top of it, of what already is.
For sure, and then carrying that reaction even into this meeting.
Well, I certainly could relate to what you were sharing. I'm glad you did.
Thank you, Peter.
I mean, that's really the whole enchilada, is just this already. So there's no separation already. And the me depends on separation for its existence, and there just isn't any.
So Michael, hello, Michael. Who is it that has reactions? Is that I mean, Nkosi might say that you don't have reactions. That reactions appear, reactions happen in that sense, but you don't have them
Yes.
because you only the one in the story can have a reaction in a story. So there's a reaction happening, but there's no one that it's happening for. There's no one that it matters to. And it's not good or bad. We could say it's beautiful, right? Say that. Rosa
That's
may,
what Michael said. That's exactly what he said then.
well, I think Rosa may have said it too, maybe in a little more obnoxious.
Okay, is he back? Nkosi, are you back?
Dan,
Yeah.
how did you know we were talking about Rosa? You weren't even online.
No, I was finishing my
Oh,
my coconut soup. I
oh,
didn't
You
I
didn't
didn't
feel
want to
comfortable eating in front of us. We like people that eat here.
yeah, I didn't want to eat in front of in front
Oh,
of you.
God, that's funny.
No, but I heard you tell it. Yeah. So I was wondering, Alice, Are you having a reaction?
Yes,
Are
I
you-
did. Yeah.
No,
No,
oh,
not me, I guess. A reaction has occurred. If I put the words correctly.
I don't think you can have reactions. I think Alice is in a story, and there are reactions there. But you're already well, let's say there's no way for the reactions to be a problem for you, because it doesn't matter
Right.
for you. No. I mean, there's this energy of wanting things to be different, of wanting this experience to be different than it is. And that's what we call the me. And that's the story playing along, and the story that there's someone in there that is me. And then there's this interest in wanting things to be a particular way, wanting them to be different, and being upset when they're not different.
Mhm.
And then we notice that actually they're always not okay. They're never different in the way that it to be in the story. But we also may notice that that is all happening in a story, and there isn't anyone in there. That Alice is not, nothing is happening to anyone in that story of Alice. So it's already, the story of Alice is already, the Alice is already okay, because everything is just already what it is. It's not getting better or worse.
Mhm. That's helpful, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Nkosi just wrote to me. The network is bad here, and I think Michael will handle the meeting on my behalf.
Well,
If
let's
you-
see. Are you hearing Nkosi? Oh. He's in South Africa. I better shout.
Yeah, you heard the message I read then, right?
Yeah. I guess he really is having trouble getting back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's perfect too. That's beautiful too. That's just what's happening. It's never personal. Even when it feels personal, it's still not personal.
Oh, that seems like it's such a hard one to get.
Well, nobody can get it. That's the thing. You can't
I
get
know.
it. Yeah.
I thought of that as soon as I said it, but still,
I know what you mean.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work, but it's actually just the opposite.
Yeah.
Well, for the person, it seems like, things are going on, and, sometimes they're okay, but a lot of the time it's just not okay. And I want it to be different. I want my reactions to be different. I just want things to be, a little better than they are showing up. That's kind of a constant thing. But really, what that energy wants is not for things to be better. What that energy wants is to be complete, to be whole, to be finally and completely okay. And that will never happen in any kind of experience. What we're in is this experience, and that will never be. Hello, did somebody want to say something? Is that Elizabeth?
It
Oh,
sounded like somebody is in the background or something, huh?
Yeah, so I mean, just because Alice, you were saying that, so it seems difficult. So I'm just kind of responding and trying to make something a little more clear, that's not so difficult. But yeah, the thing is, it's always it's not difficult for this energy of wanting things to be, this experience to be different. It's not difficult. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And it seems difficult, but that's why we have this meeting to kind of point to this dilemma this situation that this person, this energy of wanting to change is in an impossible situation. Because that change that is looked for, which is really wanting to just be complete and be whole and be finished with all of these questions and conflicts and up and down. And that will never happen in the story. It's already the case. Always this. It's already. But never in the never in a change in the story, or Alice's story, or Peter's story, or my story. Yeah, go ahead.
I just saw something flashing on top of my screen, and I hear those sounds coming in a little bit, and I was trying to
Yeah.
capture it. Maybe there's somebody in the background eating or something. I don't know.
Sounds keep coming in, they come and they go, and pictures come in, and stories come in, and this is just gonna go on and on. And then there's this sense of an Alice, a person who is trying to get it all okay, trying to get with it in a way that it can be just okay. And that's what I'm pointing out just right now, talking about. That's all happening in a story, and the story is never okay. But it's already okay because the whole thing, this isn't a story. What is not a story. It's already okay, but not as a story, not as a change in a story.
Yes. Yeah, I really like what you said, and I like what Michael said, because I'm reminded when Peter and I were talking some weeks ago, and he just sort of said, it's just so ordinary. Life is just ordinary, and I just had a sense of peace about me because I was trying to make it be this or be that. It's just ordinary. I mean, just as an example, and not resisting anything or just saying this is just the way it is. And the pain is, this is saying that should be different, and but every time I can be effortless about what is appearing, there is certainly a sense of relaxation and peace. But when I start to exert effort, it gets contracted.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it.
No.
Yeah, Alice could never do that.
Yes.
But it's already effortless.
Yeah.
Alice won't see this.
That's good to hear.
But she doesn't need to. It's already.
Mhm.
And that's what Nkosi is saying all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you call it. Call it Alice or Dan or Peter or Nkosi. The name it's still this.
Mhm.
Baseball, shoe, Egg McMuffin. It's all this. So the wanting to get out of this is exactly this. Exactly.
Now I can feel that as a sense of peace.
Hmm.
Because whatever is exactly this. However it's showing up, however it's looking. That's the no escape. There's no escape from this.
Nkosi, are you back?
Should I write in Nkosi
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
oh, come on. Can't hear you. Apparently, this can be a tease.
can
There
can
you
everyone
go.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Network connection is bad. It was bad today. Yeah, but it's just what's happening. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just what's happening isn't happening to anybody, for anybody. It's just what's happening. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful because it's just this what is, everything expressing as that. So nobody can do anything about this. There's nobody to do anything. There's nobody to fix anything. You know, that's just what's happening.
Oh, well, look at that.
Ironic, just what we were talking about.
How perfect,
One
right?
thing-
There's just what's happening, and boop,
But
he's
the one
gone.
thing that isn't happening is his internet connection.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the no escape part. Yeah. So all is this already. All is this already. So what a, the here that was heard is freedom. Doesn't matter what it is. So if there's something here resisting, the resistance is 100% this. And you may not like it, but it is perfectly this. So it doesn't mean you're going to like everything. That's, I think, how sometimes the spiritual, so-called seeker thinks that if it doesn't like something, like we were talking, that something's gone wrong. No, that's this too. You're not doing any of it. You're not doing the thought, and you're not doing the reaction to the thought, and you're not doing the reaction to the reaction. You see? You never have been. So that's why nothing's going to disappear. It never was you. It was just the feeling of a you. Whatever that is. Any last comments or questions before we close out this evening?
Thank you for your graceful moderation when the connection went in and out.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. I appreciate that because those are some big shoes to fill, right, Alice? Nobody can fill Nkosi's shoes, but it's fun to help out. Beautiful.
I found this meeting very rewarding and helpful.
I love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for coming,
everyone.
each and every one of you.
Good
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Bye.